Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory be to Jesus. I want to welcome everyone to today's broadcast. Um, this the no. Anywhere you see, Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. Um, we are welcome. Today we'll be looking at the one of the discourse in our political sphere in Nigeria. For those of us that are joined outside this country, Nigeria, what we are discussing today has to do with the issues in Nigeria, especially in the political terrain. For some of us that have been following me for quite some time, we today has to do with the for some of us that have been following me before now, we'll understand that we realize that different from the live shows, we have always also talked about doctrinal issues and current affair issues or issues that has to do with our society. I remember in 2020, I was trying to educate people on the issue of COVID-19 vaccine and the issue of 4G and 5G network. Some people believe that is a weapon of Antichrist, is a mark of 666. I came live to do video and to talk more about what I feel it is um, based on information that is available. And we try to let people know something about Internet of Things, that is IoT and the New World Order. So we talk all about that. And we realize that there have been issues that have polarized us as people, especially in the politics, and that is the issue of Muslim ticket. I remember posting it in some of the groups that I belong, a WhatsApp group, and a brother of mine chatted me up and said, "What we want to discuss is a very sensitive matter, and I pray God will help you to do it with wisdom." A lot of people doesn't want to come out to address the issue because they feel is a kind of controversial issue. But either controversial or not, we need to discuss about it because it's issues that has to do with something that is affecting us as a nation, affecting us in relationship, and in so many other side of our life. So that is why today we want to discuss about the issue of a Muslim ticket. What should be our outlook? What should be our disposition? And the politics has set a tone for that. And how should we respond as people? That is what I want to discuss today, to let people have my view so that we can cross pollinate ideas together. We can, you know, um, reason together. If you have any point you want to make, you can let me know. We'll respond to it after this broadcast. So I just want us to enjoy Timmy Dakolo's music in the next 3, 4, 5 minutes so that other people can join us. The Great Nation is the title of the music. It's an inspirational music that I believe give up to some of us that still believe in Nigeria project. So we refuse to give up on Nigeria as a nation. And I want us to be inspired by his music. And I'll be back to set the tone right away. Thank you. To play it now. I'll break it. Okay, break it. Okay, sorry about the network disrupt. We're back. In Nigeria, there was a time in our history that back to back we had military rule from the time of presidents, uh, former General Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari, then General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida took over from him. He spent almost 9 years, 8 years plus, and another took place. But before that could take place, he chose to conduct election um, that will lead to the transition from this military rule to civilian rule, because there have been a lot of agitation in the nation that the military should not continue to govern us. So people are tired of military rule, so they want civilian rule at all costs. Whatever it will cost them, they want it. And Buhari, I mean Babangida, decided after several, postponement, banning of political activities, decided to come up with option A4, and he set up two political parties, NRC and SDP. Both of them went for their primaries. I remember one of my elder, I cannot call him my father. He's more like a grandfather to me. But we get close to each other, and we were so close. So he shared part of his own experience regarding the primary of SDP with me. That there were a lot of horse trading. They were trying to see how they can come up with presidential candidates and the vice presidential candidates. And as many people that are looking at me, I want you to listen to this. It will help us so much to understand how politicians play their games. So according to this elder, I call him Adesanya, that is his name. He told me he was there in that primary, that it was MKO Abiola that was contesting from the south. We have very powerful political juggernauts from the north. Yaradua was there, not the late Yaradua, the elder brother, the late elder brother Yaradua was there with Atiku, this current Atiku, as a presidential candidate. Atiku was to be was contesting as a presidential candidate under the platform of SDP, and we have Babangida Kingibe that was also contesting for SDP primary presidential candidate. But while the horse trading, there's what is called horse trading. You tell me to step down for me, I will offer you this opportunity. So all those ones were taking place, and eventually Yaradua prevailed upon Atiku to step down for MKO. According to the elder, he said Atiku was crying like a baby in that primary because he had gone there to win. But when his political godfather asked him to step down, he needed to step down for MKO. I think their calculation was that MKO will eventually pick Atiku as his running mate. But unfortunately, while they are going into that election, Atiku threw his weight and Yaradua threw his weight behind MKO, and MKO win with very narrow margin against another candidate of SDP, which is Babangida Kingibe. And what I was told then was that when it was time for MKO to pick his running mate, he felt that if Babangida Kingibe can muster so much what is it called, votes in the primary, to the extent that he's able to, give him serious contestation, or it's best for him to pick somebody like that as his running mate so that they can have more votes. So because of that and some other reasons known to them that time, they went for Babangida Kingibe, who happens to be a Muslim, to be the running mate of MKO Abiola. And because the nation is tired of military, was tired of military rule, they want military rule to live at all costs. They don't mind having Muslim tickets in as much as they are civilians. And I think that was main reason that make people to vote in Emas for SDP. And I wasn't too young that time. I remember I was one of the officials of NEC in one of the polling booths in Oyo State, Okeogun area. Um, I could see what happened. It was very transparent, free and fair election. Southerners really voted for MKO, and so many other people from the northern region. They all delivered their individual states and their zones. Yaradua was able to deliver his own Castina zone, and Babangida Kingibe, of course, deliver his own zones, and the Eastern zone and every other person, they deliver their own zone. So it's not basically that people voted for MKO. Don't get me wrong, people voted for MKO, but the engine room that propelled the people to vote for MKO is not the masses themselves. Masses are not really coordinated. There are people directly or indirectly that coordinate masses. These people are politicians that make use of their influence, media space, to condition the mind of people and to galvanize them, to gather them into a group to ensure that their candidate wins. So if you see any political party or candidates trying to get into power, they will first of all go and do what is called calculation. And in this calculation, they will look at where is their strong area and where is their weak area, and what do they need to gather votes. So whatever things they are bringing up, behind their mind is calculation on how many figures in terms of numbers of people do I need in this region or in geopolitical zone to win election. So don't be fooled by Muslim, Christian, or Christian Muslim ticket. They are all in for one thing: to get control of power. And that was what happened in SDP, NRC period that brought in MK Abiola as the then presidential candidate, and we all know how he won the election, but he wasn't the clear winner. And fast forward, we are in 2022, and it's another time of transition from either another, no matter how you look at it, is a transition to another presidential candidate. Buhari has had his 8 years, and it is time for somebody else to step into in that shoe. And people believe that it is the turn of the South, that the southern part of Nigeria should hold the sway for the nation, because the northern region has had their fair share of 8 years. But fortunately, unfortunately, politicians doesn't reason like that. Those who are agitating for southern votes, majorly because there are people that have positioned themselves in the south to be their candidate, that is their time. While some people in the north that has been contesting, and they know that time is not on their side, they cannot wait for another 8 years or 4 years to come back to the scene, feel that they need to throw the card on the table and let everybody have their way. So individual parties are beginning to look for how to get a credible candidate for the next election. To stand modest, not to stand immodest, I feel that presently we have 3 major political party that is trending right now, and is APC, that flew the kite of Muslim ticket, and we have PDP that flew the kite of a northern candidate. for their presidential, as a presidential flag bearer. And we have a Labour Party that feel the kite of somebody from the south, but from the southeast as a presidential candidate. And all these parties are on their drawing board, planning how to take over power using propaganda, using media, using all manner of whatever they want to use, legitimate and illegitimate, to canvass votes. But we as citizens of Nigeria, we need to have our head cleared. We need to approach this season with a very clear mind. We need to approach this season with understanding of what is happening, so that we will not be caught in the web of using us as a pawn. Politicians have a way of using masses to gain entrance into power and descend on the same masses later, and make life miserable for them. So we need to understand what is going on, and so that the politicians will not use us against ourselves because they want to achieve their own exterior motive. Um, I want to address my Muslim friends and brothers, and that is the first angle I want us to look at this whole thing. I want to address us because it's very important for me to lay a foundation to what I want to say. And I want to tell everyone that care to listen that as far as Nigeria is concerned, Muslims are not the enemy of Christians, and Christians are not the enemy of Muslims. I'm a pastor to the glory of God, and I have a parish that I pastor, and I've been pastoring for quite a number of years. And I have a number of friends that we grew together that are Muslims, and we are still very much good friends today. Some of them we share, you know, um, moments of joy, sorrows together. I have several of them on my social media platform. We've never been, especially in the South, where I grew up from, there's never been major issue with Christian and Muslim. We have lived peaceably among ourselves. I remember I went to a missionary school, we call it African Primary School in Ayetoro, Ogun State. And on Friday, we will line up on the, on the assembly ground, and they teach us some of these Quranic songs. I remember the one that I will never forget that says that if you don't die in this world, we will have met Muhammad, we will have met the prophet. We sing it with excitement. And as we're growing up, also, I remember some of my friends will go to Quranic school. I will sneak to follow them. And when they come with their alphabet of uh, what is it called, Arabic, we will also be reciting. I remember I was committing some to memory then. Alif, Ba, Ta, Sa, Jim, House, Do, Ali. It's an excitement doing all of that growing up. And I went to secondary school that is a Muslim missionary school, and I met a lot of friends there. That was in Isai Muslim Secondary Grammar School. So my life has been interwoven around Islamic and Christianity. Part of my maternal side are purely, most of them are purely Muslims. When my mother went to be with the Lord some years back, I think last year, we invited them into our meeting of how we're going to do the burial together. And because there's going to be Ilea festival, either is it them Oludo, either victory. Okay, I think it's either victory. So we choose to put the burial ceremony after Ilea so that they can be part of our ceremony because their own fasting. Okay, I think it was either it was after fasting. I mean, it was after the Ramadan fasting that we put it. So that has been a kind of life that we've been living. That is not to say that there have not been issues here and there. There are some extreme um, people in Christians and in Muslims, but give or take, we have this ability to coordinate ourselves, ability to handle our differences, and ability to move on. So I don't want any Muslim um, uh, person or friends or viewers viewing the Christians' opinion about Muslim ticket as against Muslim. No. An average sane Christian will not attack Muslim, because even in 1993 election that brought in MKO Abiola, a lot of Christians voted for them, despite the fact that they are Muslim ticket. Why? Because they want the military administration to go out of the country, because the life was unbearable to our people. Fast forward to now, we saw a party that decided to do similar things, and believing that because it has been done before, it can be repeated again. And a lot of Christians goes to social media to cry foul. Some of them, some of spiritual leaders are seen on pulpits visibly canvassing for a particular candidate against the other. People claim that this is not right. Pulpits should not be the place to canvass for a particular candidate. And a lot of people have gone through so many hardship, especially people from the northern parts, especially some of the Christians in the north. Have gone through so many harrowing experiences that they feel whatever has happened to them is a targeted attack. And to not cry, to uh, I'm trying to choose a particular word or see what the word I'm looking for a right word. And to be honest with them, they are entitled to their own opinion. If you have been into the shoe of somebody, maybe you know how it pitches. But for some of us in the South that have never experienced any of this, we look at whatever happening in the North as not a target to a particular religion, because we feel that Muslims are being killed as much as Christians are being killed. But for the people that lives in the northern region, some of them have a different experience from our own view from the South here. So if some parts of the northerns are shouting foul against Muslim tickets, is understandable. And I don't want us, as especially our Christian friends, our Muslim brothers and friends, to see it as an attack of Christian against Muslim. Is not that. I don't see it that way. That is my own view and that's my own take. I see it as a legitimate cry for help. Somebody that is saying that we don't want to be made a target of attack. And not only that, the way I look at the whole thing is the personality involved. You know, when somebody has been labeled to be a sponsor or has something to do with insecurity, insurgents, Boko Haram, and the same person is being fielded as a vice presidential candidate, it's caused more to be desired that people will rise against it. Perhaps if the same party has taken another person that has done well for nation, Nigeria, and has been, you know, very, very, very neutral, and you know, gather people together as one, maybe the uproar might have been a little bit different. I feel that most of the people that are crying against Muslim ticket, they are crying against it because of the personality that is involved. And also they're entitled to shout, because in democracy, You are entitled to your own opinion. You can cry, you can shout, you can say, no, I don't want this. That is one of the best things that democracy has brought to us. So nobody should mm, feel that because a candidate has failed, a particular candidate, nobody should talk about it. We are free moral agents. We are free to make our choices and to canvass our own position. To that extent, I feel that is the reason why people are shouting against Muslim tickets, not necessarily because an average Christian hates Muslim. And I try to discuss with some of the Muslim clerics that are friends of mine. We share ideas together. I ask them issues about Quran, Islamic faith, at times when I need to understand it. And some of them came out to tell me that Islam does not promote seclusion. Islam promotes, inclusion. That some of them feel that they don't really like what is happening. That some of them are even behind the Christians in their honest, for not all Christians, those Christians that feel marginalized, they feel that it should not be the way to go. It should have been Muslim versus Christian. That is how we can balance the social interaction in Nigeria. So that is another opinion. But I feel that it's very important for us to, if possible, we can get into the mind of the political party that choose to feed Muslim tickets. Are they doing this thing because they don't want Christians in Nigerian politics? When politics happen, people take advantage of your error, your mistakes, to blow certain things beyond proportion. I don't believe they make error in choosing their Muslim candidates, but we must be able to honestly try to understand with them, why are they doing this, or why do they choose this side um, of opinion? Why do they choose Muslim tickets? To answer that, I try to follow a lot of issues online, argument, counter argument, and something come out so strongly for me, and that is all the parties are looking for how to get votes, and they choose different methods to get their votes. The same party that chose Muslim ticket believes strongly that the southern parts of Nigeria needed to be captured, and the person that can capture the southern part of Nigeria for them incidentally happens to be a Muslim practicing Islam, a Muslim person. And looking at the north, according to them, they believe bringing a Muslim person in the north will increase the chance of getting the northern votes, and a Christian candidate might weaken the chance according to their calculation. And they decided to go that way, knowing fully well that, okay, they are looking towards the northeast, see how they can get like a chunk of votes there where majority of the vote comes from. And they notice that they've got gained northwest already, and they need to do more work on northeast. So getting the vote of northeast will require fielding a Muslim candidate. And so they choose that line of thought, and that was why a candidate that can deliver the south and a candidate that can deliver the north came together. If you are asking them, it's basically about getting votes. Either whatever they are trying to do will eventually give them the votes or not. It's a different kettle of fish. But in their own mind, they believe that fielding these tickets will help them. But the way Nigeria, our reasoning as a nation, In the south here, we reason differently from the northern part of Nigeria, except for those who are educated in the north. But majority of the people that they will appeal to vote for them, they reason differently from the way the southern people, from the way we reason. So the politicians knows what is best for them, and they know how to do their calculation to arrive at whatever they arrive at. So I am not going to label the party that filled Muslim tickets, although that may not appeal to my choice of a party, but I'm not going to label them. And the reason why I will not label them is because they are just one out of three major parties that we have. And the only thing I will not also encourage, I will not also take, is for the party to begin to resort into propaganda, name calling, try to bring, use media to bring people that oppose to their view down, because you can't beat a child and say that child should not cry. So, and for those who are clamoring for against Muslim ticket, I believe it is not wise for us to use the platform that God has given to us to reach souls for Christ as a tool for political canvassing. As much as we understand the pain some of us has gone through in this dispensation in the past 8 years or more, um, we should channel our grievance intelligently. How do I mean? We should not be seen as partisan. We should not be seen as canvassing for any particular candidate because of religion, because there is no moral person in politics. Most of the people we might think want to canvass for may get there and disappoint us. I remember there was a particular state in this nation, I will not mention the state. They've never had a Christian civilian governor before. And at a particular time, people start clamoring. It is time for Christian governor. It is time for Christian governor. It is time for Christian civilian governor. And eventually they got one. And the same person in the area of infrastructure, in my own estimate, he did excellently well. But when it comes to who has closed so many churches down in that state, among all the governors we've had, to my own estimate, his name has towered higher. He has bulldozed several churches, possibly they do not follow town planning, whatever. A Muslim governor will not want to do that because he will not want to be seen as anti-Christian. But a Christian governor will not care, depending on the kind of personality he is. If you want to know the test of a man, give that man power. Somebody says that every man can withstand adversity. But if you want to know the test of a man, give that man power. The same Christian governor remove a chaplain and ask him to pack out of his lodge within 24 hours. That has never been done by any Muslim governors before, but we saw that happening. So we Christians should tread with caution as much as we want to make sure that our voice is heard. I don't want us to fall into error of putting our trust or our hope in these political jobbers that are looking for opportunity to rule our nation. Am I saying that a Christian should not be president or a Muslim? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is let us look beyond religion and let us vote for people that will not kill us. Let us vote for people that will not be an hardliner, will not be extremists in their outlook to politics. We have them all over in politics. As we have Christians, we have them in Islam. So what I feel should be the issue is who are these personalities and do we have alternative to them? If we have, why not let's go for the alternative? Individually, you can talk to people, you can argue with them, you can let them see reason why this candidate should be better than this, but it should not be seen by us that coming on platform that God has given to us and we are preaching hate or against a particular candidate or for another candidate. That will make whatever score points they want to score to be easy. So we shouldn't fall into the trap they have set for us as a people. We should keep on. It's difficult, but we should keep on trying to see objectively into all of this and make our position known. I have a political related platform, WhatsApp platform, that I created with some of my friends to share issues and discuss together. We call it Political Redefined. There we yab ourselves, we throw banters, with the obedience campaign for obedient, obey, obi, the Batified campaign for bat, the articulated campaign for article. We share, we discuss about current affairs. I have a particular friend of mine. I don't want to tell you which candidate to support. We always at each other's throats, and people will come around and be appealing to us. You people should stop fighting. And after the end of the day, I'll private chat him and labast him and we start joking and cracking jokes. I will call him and say, people think we're actually fighting. So these politicians, they are not really enemy of themselves, but they have the evil genius of how to use the masses to score their own points. So as leaders and as faithful, Christian faithful, we should not fall into that trap. We have seen a lot of things that are happening. They have made their decisions. They are trying to cover their tracks by bringing clerics out to come and witness the unveiling of their candidates, doing all manner of things, saying all manner of things to placate and make people see that the issue in Nigerian politics is not the issue of religion, is not the issue of ethnicity, it is dividends of democracy. In Nigeria of today, everything is the issue of politics. Economy is issue of politics, religion is issue of politics, ethnicity is the issue of politics. If not, we will not see a candidate insisting that it is my turn because I've waited for it, because this thing has gone to the north, it must come to the south. So if we believe that the north has had 8 years, south must have 8 years, definitely politics is about ethnicity. But because some of them have crossed that hurdle, they feel that, oh, don't let us talk about ethnicity again. So let's go back then and rewind the hand of the clock and say, okay, all the candidates should come from the north. Let's see if there will not be uproar in the south. That is to let you know that politics is not only about economy, it's also about ethnicity. A lot of people will not vote for certain political party because they do not feel candidate from their side. So the same way, people will feel shortchanged if the politics is not balanced when it comes into, religion, which is area of sensitivity. And let me also tell us, that is trying to appeal to the masses, but to our political juggernauts and jobbers, they don't actually care about Muslim or Christian ticket. What they care about is what is in there for them. That is why if anybody cross to the House of Assembly, cross to Senate, you will see that their tone changes. They begin to hobnob together. You won't hear this one is from a Fulani man, this one is a Shekiri man, this one is a Yoruba man. They become the same tribe. Immediately they get into power. Let them leave power. They begin to use instruments of politics to divide us so that they can gain sympathy to their own side and get into that power again. We should not be fooled. We should remain focused and let Nigeria, and let us look at the antecedent of people that have one point or the other led us, either at national level, state level, and appraise them and have honest opinion about them. Can these people represent us nationally? And if you feel that certain antecedents of a particular candidate is questionable, nobody will put gun on the head of anybody that you must vote this political party. They will say canvass us. Some people will believe that, oh, either we vote them or not, they will win. That is life from the pit of hell. If they will win, either we vote them or not, they will not be campaigning. They will not be printing posters. They will not be sharing money for people, because you don't need to share money when you know you are going to win. Either the people vote for you or not. Wisdom demand that you minimize your spending, because after all, you will win. So why are they buying votes if they know that they don't need people? So don't let anybody fool us. Politicians need our votes, and if you are unable to meet us at our terms, let's look for alternatives. Out of all these evils, let's look at lesser evil, because I don't see them as Messiah, all of them. I don't see any of them as Messiah, but we may have greater evil and lesser evil. So let's look for who do you believe as lesser evil, and let's pray that God will lead Nigeria and lead our hearts aright to choose people that we care honestly about our well-being. That is my take on Muslim ticket. Muslims are not our enemies. We have them in friends and families, and we have been living together for a lot of years, and we've never had issues. Politicians should not separate us. And those Christian and Muslim clerics that are preaching hate on pulpits, speaking negative language against one religion or the other, let us desist from it. To whom much is given, much is expected. We expect us to shape the thought of people and let peace reign in Nigeria. We should not be seen as widening the gap in the in the society in the name of trying to show loyalty to a certain particular political candidate or the other. Let us be God fearing. Let's keep on praying. I believe Nigeria will have a better uh, destiny ahead of us. My name is Omaele Yinka. Thank you for joining Discussing Issue. If this has blessed you, share it among your friends. If you have your opinion, you can put it on my column. Till I come again, remain blessed for life. God bless you.